Alright guys, this is my budget build on the Tanq drone and my theories on it. So right here I've got the Speedy Bee F405 V4 and it's only $70. And the reason why I list this as my first part on my budget build is because if you could cut the flight controller and the ESC or the whole stack in half the price, then you can afford really good motors. I mean, if you think about it, a nice ESC stack with flight controller is going to cost you around $140 for a good one, for a really nice one. Well, this one only costs $70, so I've cut it in half, and that almost just buys my motors already. So the motors that cuts like half the price on a really good motor. Well, here's a really good motor, and it's the Supernova 2207 1980 kV. So I've cut half the price off these motors already. These were $117, so more than half the price. So now, what you're going to ask me? So you got this budget stack in there. How good is it? Well, I ran this one today at 122 miles per hour, and it has a lot of thrust, and it has a lot of punch, and it's efficient, and it's on a big, heavy tank, and I like it. And so my next one is the Goku GM10. That's a must in this build, and this is where I get to show off my 3D print. I made a 3D print for the Tanq. You can print that out with no supports or anything, and put your GM10 Goku inside of it. My next one is I've gotten rid of all my DJI stuff, and I've given it to my wife. So she's got my DJI stuff, and now all I run is Walk Snail. And the reason why I run not Walk Snail is because this air unit, it was $110. So Walk Snail has really nice video feed, and it's HD quality, and it took me a little bit of getting used to on how small the picture was, but once I got used to it, it's pretty nice, considering I can run this same build and run the DJI Cadix, and I'll be throwing up a quarter in the air when I do my top speed on whether it's going to mess it up or not. That's very controversial to people that like DJI, but I have a pile of parts, and these pile of parts is my proof to why DJI is no longer my go-to. And you say, well, that's a bunch of Vestas, and of course your Vesta's going to go out, or it's old school, you know. Well, here, let's throw a O3 unit in there also. So switching to Walk Snail has saved me $230, $130 times all that for just a $110 unit. So that's part of my budget build. I think Walk Snail is a must for budget builds, and Then we have really nice motors. And then we have a really nice stack that has the SD card for black box logs. And so one of the things about building this drone that I figured out was all your wires need to go in between the stack. They do not need to be on top. No wires on top. You either need to route it around or route it in between the stack, and that's how you're going to get the optimal performance out of this drone. And this is just stock PIDs and rates, or stock filters and PIDs from the Tanq. And you can go on Rotor Riot and have them send you the stock PIDs. The only thing you change is feed forwarding. Ramp up your feed forwarding, the FF, a couple notches. But you can email them and they'll send you the stock PIDs and filters for this drone. Another show off here is this this right here. This is a wing spoiler support, and I use it for a lot of things. I use it for a third-person camera for my DJI action cam because it's got a GoPro mount on it. I use it to hold my antenna to keep it from vibrating, because when your antenna vibrates you get noise from that, and you don't want to create any additional noise you don't have to create. So and then it also supports a spoiler, and the spoiler, let's see if I got one laying around here somewhere. Oh, here it is, right here. The spoiler, it's kind of like training wheels for PID tuners. So the reason why I say that is if you have trouble with prop wash, you can go around with this spoiler on it, and at the same as your camera, you see how my camera's angled right here, you can have that angled the same way. And if you're not good at PID tuning, and you get prop wash, this will cut out some prop wash. And another thing it'll do is low throttle dive. So you can go into a dive and pull out of it in low throttles. Nothing can do that but this. So if you want, that's another thing you can print out for this low budget build. It works. I've tried it out. It comes with some spoilers you can try out, and the support. And yes, it went really fast with this support on there. Now, I did not remove the support when I went 122 miles per hour. Another thing is for the Tanq, I've made these side plates that protects you from grass slinging into your stack. It also has air holes. And then on your front GoPro mount, it's a ram air. The air flows into your stack. That keeps it nice and cool. And you still got your GoPro mount up top. And these are mini camera mounts. I didn't make those, so I don't have that on my print. I might modify them and make them part of my print, but anyways, this shows off my budget build. And when you look at your whenever you use those stock filters for the Tanq, you're going to find out in your black box logs and in your log file view, your PID logs, that it runs perfect. there's not a single problem. As long as you don't put any wires on the top of your flight controller here. And for some reason, I don't know why, I haven't figured out yet, but when your wires are mounted like this and they go down and they're not mounted flat like I used to do on most of my builds, when they're mounted down, it allows you to get more power out of your motors. I don't know why. I haven't figured out why, but I had one motor maxing out more than all the other motors, and the only difference on that one was that one had the motor wires coming out flat, and all the others had the motor wires going down. And now that I've changed that up and reduced the wires up top, it really rips. And so this is my budget build for the Tanq. I suggest you trying it out, see what you think. You got $70 here, $117 here. You got $20 on this on the GPS, $20 on LRS, and $110 on the walk snail, and $90 for the frame. And then if you want these exact same 3D prints, or if you like any of my ideas right here, you can go on things.com and go to creator Atreides.operator, and for $5 a month you can get these and get somebody to print them out, or you can even get me to print them out. Just shoot me a message below or in the description, and I'll print them out for you. And I just do it for the fun of it. And you just pay for shipping and throw me a couple dollars, and I'll send you the 3D prints. Alright guys, so hope you enjoyed this video, and hope you try out this build, because it's really nice and it rips. The only thing I done different, one more other thing here I don't want to forget, is I put my 35 volt capacitor here and bought a 50 volt capacitor and put it on the ESC. A lot of racers do stuff like that, and I thought that would really help reduce some noise, and it must be working, because my stuff looks perfect. Whenever I looked at my motors and the heat off the motor, here's my pin toolbox right there. It's perfect. But whenever I looked at the motors and everything, here we'll look at the black box Explorer here. See if I can bring this up real quick. So here's my black box Explorer, and we'll go to where's the motors at. I'm kind of new to this stuff right here, so your motors, let's see here, there it is. So we'll bring that up, and then you can see right there, that looks pretty nice, and I don't have any noise. And that's on the D term. And then frequency versus throttle. I'm going to turn this up so you can see. It's really, so you can see it. And if you look right here, you got two band waves. One's here and one's here, and they're not white. There's hardly any noise here at all. And from what I understand, this right here is normal. So it's really clean. And this was my last log right here. and you can tell that this is a clean build. So try it out, guys. You're going to get great performance out of this quad, out of this drone, and you're going to have a lot of fun with some nice motors and save some money doing it. All right, see you guys.